What's going on, everyone? Welcome. This is the Warehouse Series. I appreciate everybody for joining in. I am throwing this video out today for a specific person, but when I put these videos out, if you are a new selector, you are definitely going to be able to utilize any video I put out to help you build a better pallet. Now, this person was posting pictures over on Discord, and I was reaching out to them, and they said after they were done training in dry goods, they immediately shipped them up to perishable. If you are a supervisor manager of a warehouse, it's totally different, guys, especially from dry goods to perishable. The stacking is different. The product is different. In produce, you have a lot of open top boxes. There is definitely different ways of doing things, and I'm hoping to help this person out. They posted a bunch of their pictures, and guys, that's the biggest asset to, I know a lot of warehouses don't allow it, but having a picture to show me, I could tell within seconds what you're doing wrong, and it just makes it so much easier for me to help you. So if you want to join that Discord, it's free, guys. It's in the description below. Support my channel by either donating, shopping at my eBay store, which that link is in the description below. Subscribe, share, give me thumbs up, guys. Leave comments, hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any of my videos. All right, so this is your first produce picture. This is actually your best one. That's why I put it first. You did a really good job on this. We got our apples. We got a nice solid base. And guys, remember, produce can be column stacked. Dairy needs to be tied in. All right, I'm going to be a very firm person on that. Once you get to a certain spot on your dairy pallet, you can column stack. Once you get that nice solid base, maybe even a little higher than a solid base. Dairy products are easy to fall over, and they're easy to break open if they do fall over, because you have a lot of yogurt, sour creams, juices. There's so much stuff in the dairy that could break open once that pallet falls. So that's why I really am a firm believer of tying in dairy. Produce, bigger cases. A lot of the cases over there got these tabs on them where they lock into each other. So column stacking in produce is very easy to do, and you did a great job on this pallet. Use your own picture. This is you. This is your work. Use this as a tool to, the next time. So guys, learning your system. The next time I'm in this part of the warehouse, I'm doing the same thing. All right, I'm stacking these in the same spot. I'm stacking everything the same. Take mental notes as you're stacking. Now we're going to get onto some pallets that you need a little help on. All right, so this is not a bad pallet. You did a great job of column stacking, but there's two things I want to point out here. One, like I said, you want to keep your open box tops together. These cuties, these clementines, keep them together. I usually do not like them on a back corner because they're open, and if your case falls in there, it's going to knock the whole back part of your pallet open. So I don't know if this is the front or back of your pallet because you might have pulled out. I don't know, but for future reference, do not stack these on the back of your pallet unless you have a lot of them. I usually stack them on a front corner, and I column stack them. So I don't know how many you have, but let's say you just had 5. Front corner, 5 high. Stack them straight up. You do not want to stack on these open box tops. I don't like stacking in them, so I keep them together. Right here, imaginary line. Look how we just keep coming out, coming out, coming out. You want to get it out of the habit of doing that. And plastic pallets, if you have to use them, fine. These ones suck. They have a really small stacking surface. If you could use blue wood, use it. If you have to use plastic, so be it. I understand they're easy to get in and out of because there's nothing holding you back. But at the same time, I would use wood any day I possibly can, preferably blue or red, not white. A lot of warehouses don't allow it. Other than that, keeping same cases together. I like what you did here. Just out too far and stack these cuties together. And that goes for anything. Same with your pineapples. If you get 5 pineapples, stack them on the front of the pallet straight up. Do not spread open box tops around. They are a problem case. Now, this produce pallet, you wrap the crap out of it, but I see a little bit going on in here. It looks like we have blueberries going this direction. These blueberries should be going back. All right, you want to fill out as much of your pallet as possible. When you're doing this, you look at all the gaps we got in here, and then when you wrapped it, you have no middle to your pallet. So when you wrapped it, you're just leaning everything over. We need to go back this direction. Column stack your blueberries. I like that. Keep them together. Keep the same like cases together. But if we would have brought, what is this over here? This looks like a bag. If that's a bag of something, I don't know what it would be. I don't know what this red is right here. Let me know in the comment section below. If it's a bag and you only have one, throw it on your battery on your jack, throw it somewhere, and then throw it up at a later time if you could do so. I don't know what it is, but I would not put a bag, and it's sticking out too. Yeah, I'm really curious what that is. You do have potatoes down here. So you go from, see, back whenever I selected, it was warm room stuff and then cold stuff. You're going from one to the other. And you could 7 block this bottom, or no, what do they come in for? Yeah, they come in a 7 block, don't they? The potatoes. So get in the habit of following the block. Like we 5 block this. Your pallet won't be as tall as if you follow the block. So 7 block your bottom pallet. Looks like you have cider, apples, possibly. Yeah, try 7 blocking them. Keep that block going. It's really hard to tell because you wrapped a lot of that. Now I wanted to show you someone's produce pallet that they posted a while ago on Discord. See how we keep everything together. So all these green boxes, picture that being your cuties and picture that being your pineapples. Stack them straight up the front. So let's say we get 5 cuties and 5 pineapples. Stack 5 cuties, stack 5 pineapples. They're all in the front of your jack. They're out of the way. We're keeping everything together. Now picture the front of that pallet being blueberries. Stack the blueberries straight up and wrap if you need. You don't have to wrap the whole thing either. You could just throw a couple wraps around there. If you have wrap machines, there's no need to get too involved there. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what I was talking about with the cuties and these pineapples. Grapes, the same thing, same concept, keep them together. Now we're going to get to some dairy stuff. I blurred out your front picture because it was wrapped so much and I couldn't really see what was going on. And the only reason why I posted this one, even though there's not much going on, is I want you to see your columns. I want you to really start focus on trying to tie in dairy. Now, if you have a pallet this big, once again, guys, this is what I say in the beginning of teaching. If you're new like you are, we need to work on building this as it was 6 foot tall or 7 foot tall. I don't care if you have a 3 foot pallet or a 4 foot pallet. We need to stack it like if we were going to make this a big pallet, because if you get in the habit of just throwing cases on here because you know it's a small one, remember, we're trying to learn how to build our pallet. We're trying to learn our system. And if you're just stacking cases on here because you know it's a smaller pallet, we are not learning anything. So you could do this at a later time once you learn your system. All right, let me get on to the next picture here. All right, this next one, this one's not too bad. Okay, so you got open crates here of eggs. I saw that you do use, how would I want to say this? I am not a fan of throwing pallets on top of product. I hate the breaker pallets. Multiple reasons. One, why break your back lifting pallets up that you don't have to lift? It's guys, you're gonna be selecting for a long time. Yeah, you're young, you're 19 years old. Me personally, what I would do is take this, put it here, all right, and then take this one and put it here. And I actually think you do that later. All right, so take the juice, slide it here, get 4 corners, throw your pallet on. The only reason why I'm going to agree with this is because these are open crates, and we're eggs. You know, so you obviously don't want nothing being stacked on eggs. Obviously, your company allows it. I've seen it in other pictures. So just put this one on this corner, put this one on this corner, put a pallet on there. And on the wood part, you could fill that in with some extra cases. You know, you are losing cube doing that, but at the same time, you know, you're not going to worry about your eggs breaking. Your front pallet, it is so crucial in dairy. High corners, low inside. So there is something that I always say, see how your low corners, so you're like leaning out and then we just keep leaning out. It is so so important to have that high corner with a low inside. Even this right here, no. We are stacking liquids. These things break open extremely easy if they fall over. You need to focus on a high corner, low inside. Okay, so I really can't tell much more on there. See how your Tropicana is higher? I know it's at the top of the pallet, but this is the point I'm getting to. Even though this is just a hair smaller, you want it on the inside. Okay, so just focus on those. I don't even care if it's a lip. Especially on your first base or your first level in the dairy, on that base, when you're building a base, those higher corners are so important on the inside of your pallet. So right here, it looks like you either got more eggs, took a picture, and you ended up getting the pallet on there. Okay, that worked out well for you. Let's say you didn't get any more eggs. Do what I said and stack eggs on the four corners. You know, you could have pulled this one off of here and you could have threw some cases in there. On top of this, once again, your column stacking, I get it. It's going to work out depending on what cases you have. It's actually not bad. You do have a tie-in here. I like your clear case in the middle. Tuck some cases and gaps that keep stuff from shifting over. Actually, I'm not even going to knock this back pallet. Your back pallet looks really good. Yeah, I like the back pallet. That front pallet's hard to see once again, but it does look like imaginary lines. It looks like this whole entire row is sticking way out. Remember, if this gets crushed on the truck, it's going to get broken. All right, this is the last picture that you posted. This one here, what is this case doing up here? Yeah, okay, so I beg you, all right? A lot of people don't listen to me on this, but these are cartons. Please do not get in the habit of putting liquids on their sides. All these liquids should be upright. So before I come back to that front pallet, let's focus on this. Treat these crates just like the grapes and clementines, all right, the cuties. Stack these up. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, or no, what do we have? 1, 2, we got 4 crates. Either stack 4 straight up or do 2 and 2. You do not want to stack on these crates, all right? So, or these totes rather, whatever you want to call them. 2, 2, stack them up the front of your pallet. Leave the back of your pallet open for all of this stuff. You got your almond bries. You got all these heavy juices that if we would have took these and just stacked them up the front, we would have had this whole pallet to stack all of these heavy cases on. These right here, these coffee mates, I didn't get a chance for you to reply back to me. If both of these are the same store, I'm taking it they are. There's only 2 pallets, unless you do have an Alpha Bravo, which I don't think you do. It looks like you're building up 1 pallet, then starting the second. What I would personally do, stack these totes up the front, take all this heavy stuff, throw it here. These coffee mates, top them off on the top of the pallet. Do not keep them for a base, all right? If you do not have to use these for a base, don't use them for a base. If you have to, put them in the middle and stack them up. Do not spread them out. So all this stuff would have been back on my pallet here because my totes would have been up front. I would have had all this wood to stack all these nice heavy cases on upright. And these coffee mates, this little case, the biscuits, all the dough, all would have been up on the front pallet. You know, and you in the dairy, I mention it every single video. 2, 3, and 4, watch my cross and T videos. They're in Discord under my top videos. This is one of my dairy pallets back when I was throwing. I just want to give you an idea how I stack. Subtle tie-ins. Remember, this is a tie-in, all right? Just because it's off of this case and a lip on here. Subtle tie-ins. Don't be afraid to, and I'm a big person in dairy. I do not follow the block that's on the pallet because if you notice the pallets in dairy, all these juices are all hanging off the side of the pallet. I don't like that. I like my stuff nice and square, and that's why I do my own block whenever I'm doing these things. You can see I like to space out cases. I'm not pushing stuff. Subtle tie-ins. That coffee mate is on this horizon and on that lactate. This is a tie-in, all right? Not only are we tying these 2 cases in, we're tying this in. All right, I did call them stack to back, but I have a nice solid base to do so on. And I wanted to show you one more pallet. This is not my dairy pallet, but this is something someone else posted. And I just want to give you the idea. See, now they got their Sunny D here. The only time you can get away with a high inside with a low corner is if that low corner is a big box like this, and then you correct it. See, all right, so what they did, and the only time this works is if you correct it. We got our Sunny D, okay? Then we got this low outside case. Then they took this almond bries and this, when you have 2 cases that are just a little off, swap them back around. We got level again, and we immediately tied it in. This is a great looking pallet, and don't be afraid to use a slip sheet on top of all of these cases that are hard to stack on. All right, I like the use of the slip sheet right there. It's 1 slip sheet midway through the pallet on top of all these clear cases. And definitely, see the high corner, low inside? And that way you get that rock coming in. You never want a rock going out to the corner of your pallet. I don't like high to low tie-ins. At the top of your pallet, you can get away with it. But see how we got high corner, low inside. All right, so just focus on that stuff. Now, Yeah, I mean, this person did a great job. I just wanted to give you a couple examples of dairy pallets that are nice and square. Don't just glance at this, look at it, see exactly how they're doing this, and then you could possibly do that on your pallet. So my thing to you is, you're 3 weeks in, you got rushed from dry goods up to perishable. Take your time. I get that you said you're only at a 50%. All right. My focus for you would be to learn how to build these pallets. Because if you just keep throwing cases on there, you're never going to make your 100%, and you're never going to succeed at this job. It is so crucial for new selectors to learn how to stack and remember what you're doing. And it should be the same thing every single time you're in that part of the warehouse. Keep asking questions, keep posting pictures, and I will try to help you out in a further video as well. That's it. Leave comments if you have any comments. Have a good day, guys.